Hello everyone and welcome back. It is time for the fourth turtle, the Best Action Michelangelo. This is part 4 of the series. We did Leonardo in the first, Raphael in the second, and Donatello in the third. So be sure to check them out if you want to see any of those figures. Now let us just move these to the side and we shall get into our fourth figure. It is of course the party dude Michelangelo. So first of all, let's take a look at the box. Very cool 1987 style artwork on the front and of course on the side. This side part here is the same for all 4 of them, apart from this is orange for Michelangelo. The Donatello was purple, Leonardo was blue, and Raphael was red. So we have a little bit of a blurb here. So Michelangelo, Mikey, is the impressionist, practical joker and class clown. He soaks up all kind of info from radio. Oh my goodness, I'm coughing. He soaks up all kind of info from radio, TV, video games, etc. He's also the most athletic, but the least excited when it comes to training. And his weapon of choice is the nunchuck, or the nunchaku, as I've heard some people say, but nunchuck is generally the way that it's pronounced. But there we go. The other side doesn't have much going on, and we'll just take a quick look at the underside. Nothing of interest there, since I haven't shown that off on any of the other videos. So let us get into Michelangelo. I believe Michelangelo is a bit of a fan favourite with some of the Turtles community. To be honest, not exactly sure why. I always preferred Raphael and Leonardo, and even to a lesser extent Donatello, more than Michelangelo, but Michelangelo is necessary for the rest of the requirement. So there is the Michelangelo one, exactly the same as the Donatello Leonardo, apart from it is orange, and the Raphael, of course. We should put that over here. And we have a new Best Action little sticker. So we now have 3 of these. So I don't exactly know what these mean or why they're different colours. Let me just get the other ones. So this is the one that came with Leonardo, this one came with Raphael, this one came with Donatello, and now this one has came with Michelangelo. So if there's any difference, or if it means that this is a special or chase one, or what is going on, do let me know, because I am interested in what these Best Action little stickers mean, if they mean anything at all. So now let us look into the figure. It's Michelangelo. He's going to be the exact same mould and the exact same sculpt as the other turtles that we've already seen, even the same colours. So let's just get Mikey to stand, and we will take a look at the accessories. So he has the alternate head. This is actually probably the coolest alternate head that we've had thus far. That kind of grin. That very much looks like Michelangelo. We have the 2 sets of nunchucks, which of course... Okay, we'll deal with that in just a second. They obviously aren't actual chains, they are just entirely plastic, but very cool looking nonetheless. There's his backpack thing, which of course is 4 pieces for holding all 4 nunchucks. He also comes, now for some reason, like the 1987 version also came with this. It also comes with a grappling hook, or the rappel hook, and it's strange because I remember all 4 of the turtles having this, and it not specifically being, exclusive to Michelangelo, but they always give it to Michelangelo. So I don't know if there's something with that. If there is, do let me know, because I've always been interested. And let's see here, we have the open hand, or sorry, the gripping hand. The open hand is what it comes with. And we have the closed fist and the closed fist. So I've got a specific pose in mind for this Michelangelo, which we are going to try and do. So first of all, let's put on the back area. So is there a front and a back to this? I think it goes on that way. Maybe I have it upside down. Okay, let's try it that way then. Aha, so there is definitely a correct, right way up for Michelangelo. I wasn't sure if there was for the other figures, but this one there clearly is. As always, there's a little bit of a hole there, a little bit of a gap, which I don't think anything can be done about that. I don't think these were ever designed to be made exact, but there we go. So let's try this one, just to see what the nunchucks would look like if they were put in. So just a little bit in there. We just want that in just a little bit more if we can. Just give it a little bit more of a push. And there we go. And of course, that is what it would look like on the other side, if you had the other one. But that's not what we are going for. We're going to swap over the head. So remember the last time we moved the head, the bandana came off. So be careful when you're removing the head or putting on the new head with your turtle figures. That one came off a little bit easier, which was good. Maybe I'm just more practiced with it. Although I doubt it. Okay, and then the second head went on fairly easily. When the head is on, it's a little bit stiff, but that is okay. So we're going to... Oh, that shoulder's a little bit stiff. Hang on, I need to loosen that up. Preferably without damaging it. Oh, you see there how that bicep kind of rips a bit there? Don't like that. So let's try just using a bit more strength. Ah, there we go. Okay, so sometimes when these are made, there's a little bit that just gets stuck on the shoulder. It makes it a little bit tighter than what it's supposed to be. But there, I think we've got it under control. So we're going to remove this hand. We're going to put in the gripping hand for the right side, and we're going to attach the nunchuck. So let's do something like this. Once again, I have a plan here in place for what I'm going for, because what I always think when I'm doing these is, how do I want these to look, when they're displayed. So ideally, what, I'm going to swap this around the other way so that the chain actually turns up a little bit. A little bit like that. There we go. There, that looks good. That is kind of typical Bruce Lee sort of pose of holding the nunchuck under the arm. Sort of. It is fighting me, but there, okay, we've got it. And with the other hand, we're going to rotate this hand up. We're going to bring this arm up here, a bit like so, and we're going to have Raphael in the similar kind of Shawn Michaels pose, the same way that Raphael is, to match the opposite side. So just need to rotate the feet a little bit so that it works properly. I do see that there's actually a little bit of a damage just on under the eye there of Michelangelo that you can see. That's a little bit annoying. But once again, these are not incredibly expensive figures. They are relatively cheap, so we can't complain too much. And we're going to use the Donatello accessory of the pizza slice, which I think is the perfect accessory to Michelangelo, and we're going to try and get that to grip in here, which seems to be a little bit pernickety, but there, I think that is slightly better. Would this actually hold the pizza slice? Let me just check. can we force these fingers open just enough to hold the pizza slice? Because that would be very cool. It would be a much stronger grip if we could. Trying my best here, using Herculean strength, as you can tell. We'll just do it a little bit off camera. And there we go, perfect. That actually looks pretty cool. Exactly like so. So we're just going to swap that hand over, because I think that would be the most iconic pose for Michelangelo, for him to have a slice of pizza. Because of course he was known as the party-loving dude, and that just fits so in character with Michelangelo. And unfortunately the nunchuck just dropped. I think we just have to accept that the nunchuck might drop a little bit. But there we go. Focus. Can't really find a good use for this, but now that we have all 4 turtles, we should be able to pose them all up pretty well. And for each turtle we are using the alternate head that comes with them, which personally I think the alternate head is actually better than the generic one that they all come with. So we've got Michelangelo, who would sit like so, Donatello, Leonardo towards the front, and then Raph on the other side. And there we go. That is some pretty cool posability for our little reptilian friends, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Might need to change that hand pose for Donatello, because it's kind of messing in to the rest of the figures. So now that we've unboxed all the figures, I'm just going to pause for just a second, then we're going to set up the gimmick, and that is going to be the end of the video. So please bear with me just a second. And there we are. There is the best action in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So what do I think of them? I think in terms of the price, the quality is pretty good. I think once you've got them unboxed and you've got them posed, they actually look pretty cool. They're certainly a cheaper alternative to the NECA figures. And I think they will also fit in perfectly well with your NECA figures as well. So if you don't have the, the NECA original Turtles, which go about £250 about now, and if you don't want to go for the Super 7 ones, which they're not really based on the cartoon, they're based on the 1987 Playmates figures, which is a slightly different thing, then I think this is the best alternative out there. I really like the alternative heads they've got. I think they come with some pretty cool little... Well, it's got a certain level of posing. The accessories, they're alright. Let me just show you the spare accessories that we're not using. We have the grappling hook. We have the grappling hook, which of course came with Michelangelo. The city sewer, which came sewer grate, that came with Leonardo. We have the kunai and the shuriken, which came with Raphael. And Donatello, of course, came with a pizza slice, which Mikey is holding right here. So that is all of the pretty cool accessories. I think the weapons look pretty cool as well. They're not highly detailed, but you wouldn't really notice if they were sitting on a shelf. And generally, you don't tend to just buy one turtle unless you're a fan of specifically Leonardo, Donatello, or Michelangelo, or Raphael. But you would always buy it as a set of 4. And I think looking at these as a set of 4, they do look pretty awesome. They're not exactly, one-to-one perfect with the cartoon, nor with the original figures or such. But, I mean, like, some of the poses you can do, especially with, like, this Leonardo with the shoulder out that way, it looks pretty cool. The smiling face on the Donatello, The bow staff, even though it's all just one colour, it looks, you know, fantastic for what it is. And Michelangelo, you know, you can do some pretty cool stuff with the, you know, the nunchuck in the back, you know, in the pizza slice, you know, the grin in the face and things. Some of the feet don't go exactly all the way down. I don't know if you can notice that. It doesn't have the best ankle swivel that I've ever seen. But once again, these are relatively cheap figures, and I would say that just be careful with them because they do feel like they could break. We did have the one situation with Donatello where the mask came off, and of course they aren't perfect. With Raphael, we did get 3 closed fists instead of 2 closed fists and 2 gripping hands. So they are subject to errors as well. So there's a lot of good points. There's a lot of bad points. A lot of the good point is the price, because the price of it is absolutely fantastic. I would say that if you're going to get these, jump on them now because once these go out of stock, these are the kind of things that tend to jump and skyrocket in price, much like the original NECA turtles, and even to a lesser extent the Super 7 turtles as well. Same problem. So if this is something that you're looking for, I recommend jumping on it just now. I think they do look pretty cool. They've got the letter on the belt. I would definitely recommend it for the right price. Um, you know, for like the £60 or whatever I paid for it, absolutely fantastic. You know, fantastic value for price for money. If you're watching this a couple of years from now and the price of these guys has went up to like £200, £300, would recommend maybe just going for the NECA ones instead, if you can get hold of them, because the NECA ones I think will probably look better on a shelf, but I mean I think these guys look positively fantastic. These are the only best action figures I've got. I did go and spend more than £500 on the rest of the Turtles collection that you'll be seeing a bit later on. We're going to start the next one off with Shredder. We've got the Turtles in Time, the computer game version of Shredder. We've got the NECA cartoon Shredder with Krang. We've also got the Krang with the android body. We've got Chrome Dome. We've got Rat King. We've got Vernon. We've got Splinter. We've got Baxter Stockman. I'm trying to remember everyone that we've got. That a lot of them haven't arrived yet. They're still on their way, but I have purchased them all, and that's why I wanted to get this series started with, of course, the original 4 figures. So if you've stayed with us all this time, thank you very much. You're either a great and loyal Grand Cat fan, or you're a great and loyal Teenage Mutant Turtle fan, and I approve of both, and hopefully you'll become both as well through watching these. But that is going to be it for this video, folks. I really hope that you all enjoyed. And if you did, please give us a like, share, and subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these videos go up. And we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.